healing rain is falling down. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. The healing rain is falling down. Healing rain is falling down. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. The healing rain is falling down. Healing rain is falling down. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Healing rain is falling down. Wash me, Lord. Wash me down. I'm not afraid. Oh, thank you, Lord. I'm not afraid. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. 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 Thank you.
There's healing power and rain all over this place. If you need that, you just take it. You just take it. Say, I receive it. It's mine. It's mine. Praise you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. It's for the body. It's for the emotions. The soulish area. It's for the mind. And it's for the heart. Glory to you, Lord. We give you glory and honor. Glory, 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 glory. Glory, glory, glory. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. You know, the ministry of the psalmist, we have Len, we have Pastor, and there may be many others here. But the ministry of the psalmist brings the flood of the Spirit in. And it's beautiful. And it's powerful, but it's just lovely. It's nothing we do on our part but just receive it. We just receive it. And it's such a blessing. As those notes are sung and those frequencies flow out, miracles take place. Not just for the person next to you, but for you. Praise you, Lord. Everything, Father, that needs to be done in every precious person here, we give you full permission to do it. To move even deeper and take us higher like you did this morning. Yes. And we give you all the glory and all the praise. You are the supernatural God, the mighty Jesus, the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. And we stand in your presence with awe, with peace, with joy. And we give you the glory due your name. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Len, would you come back? I believe the Lord just has a word in song to give us through you.
Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't carry all that care. Don't let your heart be weary, 'cause I am always there. I am there to give you shalom. I am there to comfort you. I am there to meet your every need. I am there to make things new.
Thank you, darling. You can be seated. Glory to God. As Len was singing, I just kept thinking of that wonderful ministry of music and of the psalmist. And different songs that Len sings take me back to different periods in our lives. And you know, when he was singing, I'm trading my sorrows. We all go through things. And so we have 2 children, and they're grown now. And our son, we have a son and a daughter. Our son took a detour in his teenage years and in his 20s and got on drugs. And I would stand. We would come to minister. You know, it's all these churches and with Brother Copeland. But I would stand when Len was singing, trading my sorrows. And I would sing that with all my heart, thinking of my son. And the Lord would just free me time after time after time through that song. And I love that song. And he's doing well now. But that song will be precious to me throughout eternity. And we all have sorrows that try to attach themselves to us. God gave everybody free will, even our kids. Can you imagine that? We wouldn't have, but he did. And so things happen. People make choices, wrong choices. And it can bring sorrow to a parent's heart. But the Lord takes it. And he gives us peace and joy in its place. And then he brings the whole thing to victory. Hallelujah. He's our wonderful God. Well, you all are like sponges here. We found that out this morning. Now we have more sponges with your church. But
Is there a person named Bob here? SpongeBob?
Our grandkids are always saying SpongeBob. Oh, that's good, Len. That's good. Len refuses not to have a good time. Len and Jesse, and I just love it. I wanted to give away a couple of CDs. This one is Redemption, and Len recorded it with a symphony. And there's Stradivarius violins on it, which are just beautiful. And so this one has some old hymns and some new songs on it, and a couple that he wrote. I want to give that to someone. In the back row. I'm going to let you come get it. Yeah. You have not because you asked not. She asked. You're welcome.
We did that live in a huge cathedral in Seattle at Bastrop University. And it is the most magnificent thing you've ever heard.
It is beautiful. The music is just
Seattle
beautiful.
Symphony and the Northwest Symphony all were joining at a big choir.
Remember when it first came out, Len was singing it at Rhema, and Pastor Hagen, who's a good friend of ours, he's a scream. He says, Len, do you think you could just give me a copy of that with just the music? And said, well, what about my voice? He said, oh, I just want the music to play while I study. I'll never forget that. He is such a scream.
I had forgotten things.
Yeah. But you want the whole thing. But you know, I think you did give him the tracks. Yes. And then I brought Let It Rain. He sang from this Healing Room, which I love. And I grabbed up one that they're playing back in the room, so it's empty. There's no disc. But man with the blonde hair going like that in the back, you can trade this in for one that has a disc in it. Back at the table after the service. There you go. Okay. All our ministry, as we've gone from church to church, as a traveling ministry, there's been a thread through every church that has grieved my heart. And that thread has been lack. I'm talking about financial lack. Every church we've ever gone to, there are people in the church that are in lack and that need money. And so I began to study, and of course being so blessed to be in all the Copeland meetings for all these years and hearing such great teaching there, but I started to study on prosperity, on the hundredfold, on harvest, the end-time wealth transfer, supernatural debt cancellation. Do you know that belongs to you? Oh yeah, it does. And so I want to talk to you tonight for a few minutes about that. Something that meant a lot to me is I've been studying on this, and the Lord has told me over and over again to preach prosperity, preach prosperity, preach prosperity. And I said, a couple of years ago, he told me that again. I said, but Lord, I am preaching prosperity. So what did he say? He just repeated it. You know how he does. He just says it again. I said, okay, Lord, I'm stepping it up. So we made, do I have those prosperity cards there, Len? You might be sitting on them. I don't know. I did have a packet of prosperity cards. Okay. I was going to give them to Scarlett's mother. So I'll give one to you after the service. So I put together a pack of 39 scriptures on prosperity and the wealth of the wicked coming into our hands. And I made a pocket or purse size, so you carry them. You can put them by your bedside. You can pull them out anytime you're stuck in traffic, whatever. And you read them and confess them out loud. And they get in you. And you begin to see yourself with no lack. No lack. And that's the way the Lord wants his church. He's provided for us to be prosperous. And if you'll get your faith up on it, you will find out that faith will come up in you and take everything that belongs to you and won't ask anybody in.